Hello and welcome back to Rooted in the Seasons, where we explore how ancient wisdom meets modern life with a strong cup of tea and a dose of practical tools for real busy women. I'm Katja Patel, Ayurveda diet and lifestyle consultant, yoga teacher, teacher mentor, and someone who helps you find calm and clarity through small daily rituals, seasonal rhythms, and timeless ancient wisdom. In today's episode, we discover how seasonal eating reduces stress naturally. Have you considered that seasonal eating supports your calm, your digestion, and the resilience in your life? The time I spent in Germany recently has made me realize something. In more rural areas, the seasons and living with nature are much more embedded in the rhythm of their lives. There is a natural sense of grounding and calm that comes from living this way. One of my students said something similar in a different context, though. She had just come back to yoga after the summer and told me that the sessions gave her a sense of structure again. Throughout the summer, she had felt a bit of being in free fall because the rhythm was missing. She's retired now and noticed that without the anchor of routine, she started to feel unsettled. So why I'm sharing this with you? Because both of these experiences point to the same truth. Our nervous system thrives on rhythms. Have you noticed this yourself, that when your routine slips, even if life feels fun and free, part of you feels a bit ungrounded? This really highlighted for me the nervous system thrives on rhythms and routines. They are deeply embedded in our makeup over millennia. Life on this planet has always been dictated by nature, by light and dark, by food and shelter, by the cycles of the seasons. Only in the last 50 years, things have changed really rapidly. But because opportunities change, doesn't mean that our evolutionary makeup changes at the same speed, because it doesn't. As the classical Ayurvedic texts remind us, the Ashtanga in its chapter on prevention of diseases teaches that the body, which follows the course of time, seasons, and place, remains free from disorders. And that is why the body and the nervous system still thrive on circadian rhythms. Our physiology, our whole physiology is shaped by them. Throughout the day, the body needs food and nourishment. During the night, it needs rest to process what happened during the day. When this rhythm is disrupted, there is naturally more stress. Modern research now confirms this. Consistent meal times strengthen circadian rhythms and metabolic health, while irregular eating patterns increase stress and imbalance. And here's what's fascinating. Ayurveda has been saying this for thousands of years, and modern science is finally catching up. Our association with stress is mostly based on deadlines that we need to adhere to. But that's not the full picture. Stress in the body also is also created by missing rhythms, irregular eating, food that cannot be digested well, or food that doesn't fit in the season. Did you know even our gut bacteria change with the seasons? They help us digest different types of food, and there's an immense variety of bacteria in our system. They thrive on variety too, and most of all on seasonal food. When these rhythms are missing, there is a subtle stress in the body. It doesn't always show up as restlessness or anxiety, but in digestion that doesn't function the way it could. And over time, issues develop, like inflammation that we are not even aware of. Studies of traditional communities show the same. Gut bacteria shifts dramatically with seasonal diets, aligning with what the environment provides. And this is why seasonal rhythm matters. And it's why when we step into places where this is still lived, like rural areas, for example, we feel more grounded and calm. And that's what we all crave, right? The body strives for homeostasis, for its own sense of balance all the time. The mind strives for balance. And when we live out of sync with these rhythms, we feel disconnected. So let's bring this into the autumn season, because this time of the year has its own unique energies and qualities. Ayurveda teaches each season brings particular qualities, and that we can balance these by choosing foods and routines wisely. Autumn is the season of Vata dosha, which is light, cool, dry, and mobile qualities. To balance this, Ayurveda recommends the tastes that ground and calm us, tastes that build the tissues, which are sweet, sour, and salty. And here's the beauty: nature provides exactly what we need. Root vegetables are naturally sweet. Apples and pears and late berries, both sweet and sour, and they are abundant at the time. The autumn harvest is designed to carry us across the winter months when little grows. Unlike the high water content food of summer, berries, cucumbers, courgettes, that provide most needed hydration but spoil quickly. Autumn foods store well and provide lasting nourishment. This is exactly why I created my Lift Your Mood with Food program, to help you put these seasonal principles into your daily life without the stress of figuring it all out on your own. It's about learning which foods and rhythms support your nervous system, digestion, and mood season by season, and you reduce your stress levels naturally. So let's look at what's growing, because it is really tricky to know what's in season when everything is available all year round, right? Here's a short guide to look out for when you do your shopping. As I read through these, think about which of these foods you have seen in your local shop lately, or which you are maybe tend to like eating more. Pop just one or two into your basket this week. September. This is the main harvest month. Fruits include damsons, plums, pears, late raspberries, grapes, sometimes the very last, strawberries, rhubarb. But these soft berries, they taste different than the ones that are harvested throughout the summer. They often have a more tangy texture. taste. For vegetables, the full spread is in season now. Aubergines, beetroots, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, butternut squashes, carrots, cauliflower, celery, courgette, kale, kohlrabi, leeks, potatoes. Most of these remain available right through December and store right through the winter months. In October, you find apples like cocces and pears, such conferences. They are now at their best. Grapes come in and elderberries. On the vegetable side, squashes and pumpkins come in now to their own, along with chestnuts and mushrooms, which are real makers of autumn flowers. Knowing that mushrooms is in Ayurveda a vegetable which is not for everyone and not for every occasion, because it grows in the dark, so it is more of a tamasic nature, which is heavy and dark as the way it grows, but at the same time, it is also calming if you feel very restless. So in November, the variety narrows but deepens. So apples like cocces, boskop is a nice winter apple and it stores really well. Winter pears keep well. Cranberries appear. Vegetables add like Jerusalem artichokes, cabbages. They come into the autumn mix along with the roots and greens that carry through from the September. And in December, it is stored apples, winter pears, cranberries continue. And from Europe, you will see oranges, mandarins arriving. The vegetables are true winter staples now. Brussels sprouts, favorite of everyone. Carrots, parsnips, leeks, onions come in, kale. So think of September as the full harvest table, and each following month just adding a few new notes while the stable carry you all through the winter. Remember, harvest shifts slightly year by year depending on the weather. If you see apples and the winter pears in your local shop, that's your cue that autumn rhythm is alive and present. Here are a few ideas to bring these foods to life. Here are a few ideas to bring these foods alive in your kitchen. All the links will be in the show notes. Root vegetable soup, grounding, warming, easy to digest. Root vegetables are naturally sweet in taste and with that help to calm Vata. Spice apple compote, bring both the sweet and slightly sour taste in, perfect as a side dish. Breakfast. Homemade sauerkraut adds the sour taste to the meals while nurturing your gut bacteria with natural probiotics. Sauerkraut is very easy to make and it is really worthwhile giving it a shot. Pumpkin risotto, nourishing, balancing, and perfect for winter days. Which of these sound most doable for you this week? A simple soup, spiced apple compote, or maybe a jar of sauerkraut bubbling away on your counter. Always cook with warming spices like cinnamon, ginger, and cumin to support your digestion in the cooler months. So to recap, autumn invites us to ground ourselves with a taste of sweet, sour, and salty. That might look like root vegetables, apples, pears, fermented foods, or even a touch of seaweed or tamari. These simple shifts reduce hidden stress, support digestion, and bring calm into the body and the mind. Living with the seasons is not about restriction, but all about support. It gives you exactly what your body, it gives us exactly what our body and mind need to stay grounded, calm, and resilient. Sweet foods like root vegetables and apples nourish and rebuild. Sour foods like sauerkraut add the balance, stimulate digestion, and keep the gut bacteria thriving. Salty foods like salt, seaweeds, and tamari, in moderation though, help us feel stable and anchored. When we eat seasonal foods, we align with circadian rhythms, support our nervous system, and nourish our microbiome. Most of all, we feel less stress and more connected. Autumn invites us to slow down and gather what we need for the winter ahead. Sweet, sour, and salty, grounding tastes that balance Vata and bring us home to ourselves. Thanks so much for listening to Rooted in the Seasons. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to subscribe or follow wherever you're listening. That way you won't miss the next one. You can also download my free guide, my 5 Ayurvedic shifts to move from scattered to centered, and join my Sunday Read newsletter. You'll find the link in the show notes. And of course, as always, I love hearing from you. You can message me on Instagram or send me an email. I truly enjoy connecting with you. Until next time, stay rooted in the season.